Today we're going to be installing our Torxz bars. So these are our traction bars for the 17 and up Super Duty trucks. We've got a 2017 behind us. It's going to fit all the 17 to 2022s and the 23 and ups. So we're going to bolt right to basically the leaf spring perch here at the front, and then we're going to bolt under the axle. And these are a super clean install. It looks like it came this way from the factory, the way we're going to bolt to right here. And it's a great way to control axle wrap and make the shift point smoother in your Super Duty truck. Included in the kit are going to be 3 boxes. 1 are frame mounts. These are always going to be the same, part number 101026. 2, the bars themselves, 101019. This is going to be the same. And then the 3rd box is going to be the axle mounts. We have 2 part numbers, 101041 and 101042. This is the only thing that differs between the single rear wheel and the dual rear wheel kit. We have 2 part numbers for the Torxz bars, one being single rear wheel, what we're going to be installing today, the other being dual rear wheel. Install's identical, just the under axle plate's a little bit different on the larger axle found on the dually trucks. So we're going to get the under axle plates unboxed first, since this is the easiest box to get into. A bunch of foam. There's going to be 2 plates. In here, we'll pull this whole unit out as one piece. The frame mounts. So I've got everything laid out here on the ground. Frame mounts, bushings for the frame mounts, axle mounts, bushings for the axle mounts, and then the bars themselves. We include 3 different lengths of end plates, so that's going to allow us to work on a 0 stock height truck, 0 lift in the rear, up to about 6 inches of lift in the rear. And we can accomplish that via being able to change out these end plates here, install like this, and basically change the functional bar length. And then we do our fine adjustment up here. We're going to remove this fuel tank bumper shields here, 15 millimeter. These cage nuts. We're not going to be reusing these. The first part of the SRW kit we're going to install are the under axle plates. So to do so, we need to remove the factory E-bolt nuts on a single rear wheel truck. These are going to be 24 millimeters. Take our SRW plate and push it into place. Short our nuts again. So we got all these tightened back down. I'm going to come back once we're done and torque all these. We'll go through that, but we're going to move over to the passenger side next. And slide this plate into place. Same exact process. Try to line up with where it was. You kind of see discoloration in the axle tube. So the first side we're going to do is the driver's side. With the cage nuts removed, we're going to place our driver's side mount against the frame, and we have the equally spaced nut tab here. We get this into place from the bottom, hold it up, hold my mount up, and then get my middle hole started here. It's installed. I'm going to push up. Make sure my front 2 holes, my front middle hole lines up there, and then we're going to drill 2 in the bottom. But first, we'll get this tightened down. And that's going to ensure this doesn't move. Now, you can clamp it in place, transfer punch it, and remove it. If you don't want to damage the powder coat at all where the bolt's going to go, I'm just going to drill through it to ensure it lines up perfectly. I've got my transfer punches out here, but I'm just going to use that to start the hole. And then I'm going to drill through the bracket with it clamped in place to ensure I have perfect lineup once I go to install it. Pinch, transfer punch here. Get that marked. I really like these Astro TS29 bits. I think these are the same as the Matco bits. They're like 100 something on Amazon for the full set. They're half stepped and then half real normal drill bit, and they work really well for doing these Torxz bar installs. We're going to be going all the way up to a 1/2 inch hole, starting out with about 1/4 inch. I'm going to go into my center punch hole here. Got a 1/2-inch drill bit loaded up next. I took some black touch-up paint where I drilled through the bracket, and then this is the next. This one's the two closer together go in the front. Slides in right over top. Start our bolts here. And so all these 1/2-inch bolts, we got them all installed here. 6 on the driver's side. They all get torqued to 80 foot-pounds. We're gonna take a measurement now, because the passenger side's a little bit different. The bracket looks the same, but it doesn't have these holes to show us where to line this thing up. So this is from the third body mount location, and you can see we're right at 48 3/4 of an inch. So I've got this clamped visually where it's pretty close. I'm gonna grab that same body mount location and see where we're at. So we're about a 1/4 inch too far back right now. We're about 49. So I'm gonna loosen up my clamp a little bit and work my way forwards about a 1/4 of an inch. Retighten my clamp. And that puts us right at 48 3/4. Then I'm gonna go visually check my other side too, but this right here looks to be about the same. Just checking that area in front. Take a 1/2-inch transfer punch here. I'm gonna transfer punch these first 3. And then tighten my clamp up and start drilling. So I've got the holes touched up on the frame here that I just drilled. Hold my bracket in place. Up with our I can hang this in the frame by the bolts here. Just spray it from the back side if you drill through the bracket and you won't see it. But for me, we carry the exact paint that we powder coat with for touch up. So I've got my 3 upper bolts with that frame nut all tightened down, torqued again. I'm going to transfer punch my bottom 3 holes and drill those out. Again, it is completely possible to do this without drilling through the bracket if you don't want to damage the powder coat at all or have to deal with touching up the holes that you drilled. So to do that, just transfer punch, remove it, and then drill your holes. I've done it both ways. This just ensures the holes line up perfect. I don't have to be as accurate when I'm punching. So we're drilling. So we got all of our holes touched up, painted on the frame, and we're going to now install our last frame tab nut here. Thankfully we don't have to drill any more holes after this. Install should get a lot more fun from here on out. We're going to remove the rear next. This is the bushing group for the rear. 2 bushings and a compression limiter. Come in here. These are just going to press into the under axle mount. Sandwich those together, and then what I do is hang my bolt through here. And you'll see why. We'll grab the bar and the front bushing stack. Here, actually, pause. Putting the smalls on here since this truck's stock height. The large is going to be for close to about 6 inches of lift, say 5 to 6 inches of lift. And the medium is going to be somewhere in between that. Kind of just guess what's closest to your truck you think initially based off those lift heights and what I just told you. Leave them all loose. It's going to help them bolt into the truck. And then you may have to change them once it's in the truck. but we also have a lot of adjustment at this front bolt here. So I'm putting on the smalls, like I said, since this is stock height. Get all of them in here, get in the truck and see if we're close. We're gonna grab the front bushing stack. So bolt, large washer, large bushing and an O-ring. We provide some Teflon lube for these O-rings too, which you can put in there to make sure you don't tear an O-ring during install. And then this is in here. We're gonna set that like so, so it's ready to receive the bar. Now, we can go ahead and bring the bar in here. And I just set it on this rear bolt. I'm gonna pull this forwards, get my bolt started. Okay. So I'm gonna take a 15/16 socket. We're gonna tighten down the big 5/8 bolt. That's gonna set the bushing load, preload here with our compression limiter in there. So with that tight, now we can fine tune the length. So we'll loosen this jam nut and then we'll start spinning this to fine tune the length to get this rear bolt in. So I'm gonna hold the bar with one hand, loosen the jam nut with the other. And then I'm gonna loosen the large black nut, which is gonna make the bar longer. So our 3/4 inch bolt, torque this to 80 foot-pounds. We've got the main 1/2 inch bolt in. Now we can start tightening down all of our end plate bolts. Bolts get torqued to 33 foot-pounds. Then I'm going to tighten my jam nut as tight as I can get it. Here on my passenger side bar here, I'm going to do a few things differently now that I know about how much bolt I have showing with that end plate. I'm going to adjust a bunch of it here on the table because it's a hell of a lot faster to do it here. Spin this down. Take our rear bushing group again with the bolt over to the passenger side. I did the other one. Again, I'm going to leave this here so I can set the bar on it. We're going to grab our front bushing, washer, bolt, compression limiter, and O-ring from the front of the truck. Press that into the frame mount, and then there's the second part of this group from the rear. And you can also put these straight into the frame mounts. Show you how that works. Like so. It'll kind of help hold the bushings in place. The difference. So now when this comes in, that O-ring grabs the bushing, and then it locks the bushing in place a little better. Washer. Set it on the bolt at the rear. started. We are 15/16 going. Then we're going to loosen our jam nut up. Like so. Should be pretty close. Actually went too far, but we can still get this going now. Push through on the other side. Now we can go ahead and tighten our 3/8 up, torque these to 33 foot-pounds. And then we're going to go ahead and tighten our jam nut at the front. Once we have the bar length all set. We're going to come back to the rear now, and we're going to step up our Torxz in a star pattern on this all the way up to 195 foot-pounds on the single rear axle trucks. We're going to do this in 4 stages, so just split that torque into divide by 4. I've already got them 3/4 of the way there, so I'm going to do my final pass at 195 now. If you have a dual rear truck, this torque spec is going to be higher, larger bolt, and we're going to take these to 295 foot-pounds. So we'll do the same process on the passenger side, and then that wraps up the under axle plate install. Once all these are torqued down, we're going to re-torque these after 500 miles, or if we hear any popping noises or anything like that. But mandatory re-torque on all the U-bolts after 500 miles. So we're come through now and torque everything down. So 80 foot-pounds on the 1/2-inch hardware here. We already torqued our frame mounts, but all these 1/2-inch bolts are 80 foot-pounds as well. All of our 3/8 hardware on the rear of both of the end plates are going to go to 33 foot-pounds. Our large 5/8 bolts at the front here are going to go to 120 foot-pounds. Then these jam nuts, we're just going as tight as we can get on them with our big crescent wrench to get those snugged up after these are torqued down and the bar length is all adjusted. That wraps up the install for the Torxz bars. Overall, hardest part's drilling the holes. It's all pretty straightforward, just a little time consuming. Really helps if you have good drill bits. Highly recommend buying those Astro TS29 bits I talked about earlier. Let us know if you have any questions. Thanks for your time. I have